Victoria came into the world with a face so stunning it seemed dangerous. From the very moment she was born, something odd occurred. Everyone in the hospital who laid eyes on her, doctors, nurses, even visitors who got too near, dropped dead. Instantly. Their lifeless bodies fell to the floor without warning. Only her parents remained unharmed, spared by their deep love for her, though they lived in constant dread of the strange power she possessed. As Victoria grew older, her mother and father understood they had to shield her from others and protect everyone else from her as well. Her mother chose to teach her at home, keeping her isolated from the outside world. Victoria proved to be exceptionally bright. She picked up knowledge fast, devouring books and tackling math problems with ease, her mind sharp and quick like that of a prodigy. Yet, despite her cleverness, she felt a heavy loneliness. Friends were something she never had, and playing outdoors like other kids was out of the question. She couldn't risk anyone catching a glimpse of her face. When Victoria reached 18, her parents decided it was time for a change. They couldn't keep her locked away forever. She deserved a chance to learn more and grow, so they agreed she should attend university. To keep others safe, she wrapped her face in thick cloth, hiding her striking features. Only her eyes showed through the layers, and she took great care to ensure no one saw what lay beneath. At the university, Victoria quickly gained a reputation for her brilliance. She excelled in every test, completed assignments well ahead of her classmates, and earned constant praise from her teachers. But the admiration meant little to her. All she wanted was to make it through each day without causing harm. Despite her sharp mind, some students couldn't figure out why she kept her face covered. Whispers and rumors spread fast. Some guessed she was concealing scars, while others just thought she was odd. One voice stood out above the rest. Bella, the campus bully. Bella loved to flaunt herself, acting as if she were superior to everyone. She thrived on targeting others, and Victoria soon became her favorite focus. One day, Bella strutted up to Victoria in front of a crowd of students. "Hey, Victoria," she said with a smirk, crossing her arms. "Why do you always hide your face? Got something hideous under there?" The onlookers snickered, eager to see how Victoria would react. Victoria stayed calm, her gaze steady on Bella. She paused before answering. "I bet you wouldn't want to see what's really there." Bella let out a loud laugh. "Oh, please. If you're not hideous, prove it. Let everyone see what you look like." Victoria shook her head, her tone firm. "Believe me, you don't want that." But Bella wouldn't let it go. Day after day, she kept up her taunts. "If you're not afraid, take off that cloth," she'd say, and the students behind her would chuckle. Victoria brushed it off, fully aware of the risk. She had no desire to harm anyone just to prove a point. Still, no matter how much she tried to concentrate on her studies, Bella and her group refused to leave her alone. One afternoon, as Victoria headed to class, Bella stepped into her path. "Today's the day," Bella declared, her eyes gleaming with trouble. "You're going to show us all. If you're not hideous, prove it." A small crowd gathered, curious about what would happen next. Victoria studied Bella for a moment, then spoke quietly. "If I show you, it won't end well." "For you?" Bella scoffed, rolling her eyes. "Sure, whatever. You're just too scared to reveal your face." Victoria took a slow breath. She didn't want to hurt anyone, but the endless teasing wore on her. She stepped closer to Bella and said, "You think I'm hiding because I'm unattractive? You're mistaken. I'm hiding to keep you safe." The crowd grew quiet. Bella's smirk wavered, but she didn't retreat. "I don't need your protection. Take it off or admit you're a coward." Victoria's pulse quickened. She wanted to explain that her face wasn't just lovely, it was lethal. But she knew Bella wouldn't listen. So she turned away, refusing to give in to the pressure. In the days that followed, Bella kept up her mockery. "You're just afraid of being judged," she'd shout. But Victoria stayed silent, focusing on her work. She wouldn't give Bella the reaction she craved. Meanwhile, other students began to murmur more. "Why won't she show her face?" they'd ask. "Is something wrong with her? Could she be cursed?" Among the students was Joshua, one of the most striking guys on campus. Nearly every girl admired him. He was self-assured, charming, and well-liked, but he had no interest in tying himself down. He enjoyed the attention that came his way. Bella, always scheming, decided to use Joshua for her next plan. During lunch one day, she approached him, tossing her hair with a sweet smile. "Joshua," she said, sliding in beside him, "I need a favor." Joshua raised an eyebrow. "What now, Bella? Another one of your schemes?" She grinned. "This one's great. It's about that weird girl, Victoria, the one who always covers her face." Joshua nodded. "Yeah, I've noticed her. What about her?" Bella leaned in, her voice buzzing with excitement. "I want you to get friendly with her. Act like you're her pal, earn her trust. Then, when she's asleep, slip her something to knock her out deeper, uncover her face, snap a picture, and send it to me. I'll handle the rest." Joshua frowned. "Why do you care so much? She's not bothering anyone." Bella rolled her eyes. "She acts like she's above us all, hiding her face like it's some grand mystery. I bet she's plain underneath. I want to expose her to everyone." Joshua hesitated. He didn't like Bella's cruel games, and this one felt off. But Bella had a knack for pushing people into doing what she wanted. Joshua knew her plan, and though he wasn't sold on it, he agreed. He figured befriending Victoria would be simple. She was quiet and didn't have many companions. He started by sitting near her in lectures, pretending to care about the lessons. At first, Victoria barely noticed him. She was used to people either ignoring her or poking fun from afar. But Joshua was different. He didn't mock her or laugh like the others. He'd flash a smile her way, which made her wary. One day, he sat next to her in the library. "Hey," he said, his tone easy. "You're Victoria, right?" She glanced up, her eyes peeking from behind the cloth. "Yes," she replied cautiously. "Is something wrong?" Joshua leaned back, acting relaxed. "No, I've just seen you around. You seem interesting. Thought we could be friends." Victoria's brow furrowed. No one ever wanted to be her friend. Most avoided her, and those who didn't usually had. Harsh words. "Why would you want to be friends with me?" she asked. Joshua chuckled lightly. "Why not? You're smart, and you don't follow the herd. That's neat." Victoria didn't reply. She didn't trust him, but he didn't seem like the rest. He wasn't laughing or trying to upset her. Still, she kept her guard up. Over the next few days, Joshua persisted. He'd sit by her in class, walk with her after lectures, and bring her little things like a candy bar or a drink. Slowly, she started to soften. She began sharing bits about her favorite books and her love for science. For the first time, she felt like someone was actually hearing her. One evening, Joshua suggested they study together in her room. "You're so clever, Victoria," he said with a grin. "I could use your help with some of this work." She paused but agreed, thinking maybe she'd finally found a friend. She even brewed tea for him when he arrived. Joshua smiled as he took the cup, but in his pocket was a small packet of powder Bella had given him, a sleeping drug. As Victoria turned to grab a book, he quickly tipped it into her tea. "Here," he said, handing it back. "You deserve a break." She smiled behind her cloth and sipped. They chatted for a bit, but soon her eyes grew heavy. "I'm feeling tired," she mumbled, yawning. Joshua nodded, feigning concern. "You've been working hard. Rest up. I'll head out soon." She lay on her bed, clinging to the hope she'd found a true ally. Within minutes, she was out cold. Joshua waited, ensuring she wouldn't stir. His hands trembled as he approached her. Guilt gnawed at him. Victoria had been nothing but kind. But Bella's words echoed in his head. Uncover her face and get the photo. Slowly, he untied the cloth. With each knot undone, his pulse raced. When it finally fell away, he froze. Victoria's face wasn't plain, far from it. Her beauty was beyond words, almost otherworldly. It wasn't just her looks. Something about her pulled him in, too intense to describe. But before he could process it, a wave of shadow hit him. His chest tightened, his sight blurred, and his knees buckled. He gasped for air, but it was useless. The sheer force of her beauty overwhelmed him. In moments, he crumpled to the floor, lifeless. Minutes later, Victoria stirred, groggy. She sat up and saw her cloth on the ground. Her heart sank. Then she spotted Joshua, still and staring blankly. "Joshua?" she whispered, crawling to him. She shook him, but he didn't budge. Panic surged as she realized what had happened. He'd seen her face and paid the price. Tears spilled as she rewrapped her face. "Why, Joshua? Why didn't you listen?" she sobbed. The commotion drew others from the dorm. A student opened her door, saw Joshua's body, and screamed. Soon, security arrived, followed by police. They found Victoria beside him, her face hidden again. "What happened?" an officer asked sternly. Her voice shook. "He saw my face. That's all it takes. I didn't mean to hurt him. I warned everyone, but no one believes me." The police were unsure what to make of it. Some had heard tales of her condition but dismissed them as nonsense. After speaking with her parents and piecing things together, they concluded she wasn't at fault. "This isn't murder," one officer murmured to another. "She's not doing it on purpose. It's something else." Victoria was let go that night. As her parents held her close, she whispered, "I don't want to hurt anyone else. Maybe I should stay away from everyone forever." Her mother sat beside her. "You can't hide from the world forever, Victoria. I know you're scared, but you've worked so hard to get here. You can't give up." Victoria stared at the floor, feeling lost. "But Mom, it's so tough. People stare and they don't get it. What if someone sees my face again and something awful happens?" Her mother squeezed her hand. "I know you're afraid, sweetheart, but you can't let that stop you. Finish school for yourself. Don't let fear rule you. People might talk or stare, but that doesn't decide who you are. You're strong and have so much to give." Victoria wiped a tear. "What about Bella? She's always trying to tear me down. She's been picking on me forever. How do I handle her?" Her mother smiled, brushing back her hair. "Focus on yourself, Victoria. People like Bella drag others down, but you don't have to let her win. Ignore her noise, keep your eyes on your goals. You control your path." Victoria nodded, taking in her mother's advice. It wouldn't be easy, but she had to try. "I'll do my best, Mom. I don't want to hide anymore." Her mother hugged her tight. "That's my girl. You can do anything you set your mind to. I'm with you all the way." The next day, Victoria returned to school, nervous but resolved to face her fears. She planned to tune out the bullies and focus on her studies. As she moved through the halls, she kept her head low, aiming for her first class. But in the library, she saw Bella with a group of girls. Bella spotted her and strode over. Well, Bella said loudly, eyeing Victoria. "Here comes the ugly killer. Did your rich parents pay off the police to let you go? That's the only reason you're free. You're a monster under that cloth." Victoria's heart thudded. She'd braced for this, but it still stung. She tried to walk past, but Bella kept going. "You think you're special because your folks have cash, don't you? Without that, you'd be locked up for killing someone. You're a freak." Anger simmered in Victoria. But instead of fleeing, she turned to face Bella. "At least I'm not like you," she said evenly. "You've chased nearly every good-looking guy here just for attention. What does that make you? You're the real joke." Bella's face flushed. "It's not your business who I see. You think I care what you say? I like nice guys, and I'll go after them. You should be ashamed, hiding like a coward." Victoria stood firm. "I'm not ashamed of myself. You should be, though. Instead of studying, you've been here forever and still haven't graduated. Maybe if you spent less time chasing boys, you'd actually finish." Bella froze, then huffed. "You're just jealous because I'm popular and you're nothing." Victoria shook her head. "I'm not jealous. I'm building my future. Something you might want to try." Bella had no comeback. She stormed back to her friends. Victoria's pulse raced. She'd stood her ground, spoken her truth, and it felt right. A week later, a new student arrived, Dennis, a strikingly handsome guy. As he walked in, every girl buzzed about his looks. Tall, with a confident smile and warm eyes, he stood out. Victoria overheard the chatter as she moved through the halls. Girls were smitten, some already daydreaming about him. Bella's eyes lit up when she saw him. "I have to have him," she told her friends. "He's perfect." Some nodded, but others rolled their eyes, tired of her constant need to chase attention and every attractive guy. The next day, Bella marched up to Dennis in the hall, her friends trailing behind, whispering excitedly. "Hey, Dennis," she said sweetly. "You're new here. How about we be friends? I can show you around, help you settle in." Dennis didn't even glance at her. He kept walking, ignoring her completely. Bella's smile faded and her friends giggled. She stopped, her cheeks reddening. "He's just playing hard to get," she muttered. "Don't worry, I'll win him over. Guys act aloof at first, but they're interested deep down." Her friends weren't convinced. They'd seen her fail before. Bella pressed on, her tone bolder. "I'm not giving up. I know what I'm doing. If he won't come to me, I'll make him. He doesn't look rich. I bet if I offer him what he wants, he'll change his mind." Her friends exchanged doubtful looks but stayed quiet. They knew Bella's tactics and wondered if she'd pull it off this time. She wasn't one to quit, especially when she set her sights on someone. Soon, Dennis began to notice Victoria. He found her kind and clever. She was friendly to everyone, and her smarts impressed him. They started talking during breaks, and their bond grew. Victoria happily helped him with schoolwork, and Dennis valued how clearly she explained things. The more he learned about her, the more he respected her. But not everyone liked their friendship. Dennis's buddies saw him spending less time with them and more with Victoria. They didn't get why he'd choose her, an outsider. "Stay away from her," they warned. "She's not your type." Dennis ignored them. He liked Victoria, and that was enough. Bella soon heard about their closeness. Furious, she couldn't believe Dennis, the guy she'd pursued, was friends with her enemy. Jealousy took over, and she confronted Victoria. "You think you're so smart, huh?" Bella snapped. "You're a sneak, stealing my guy with your tricks." Victoria laughed, shaking her head. "Your guy? Someone who doesn't even know you? Keep dreaming." She crossed her arms, glaring at Bella. "For your information, Dennis and I are just friends, nothing more." Bella's face burned. "Don't act superior. You don't belong here, just a freak hiding behind that cloth." Victoria didn't flinch. "I'm not here for games or romance like you. I'm here to learn. Unlike you, wasting time on boys and popularity. You're the silliest person I know." Bella's eyes widened. She wasn't used to pushback. Victoria was standing up to her, and it threw her off. "You'll regret this," Bella hissed. "You think you're flawless, but you're not. I'll make you sorry." Victoria shrugged. "Go ahead, Bella. I'm not scared of you." Bella stared, realizing her usual bullying wasn't working. Frustrated, she turned and stormed off. Victoria stood tall. When she got home, she felt mixed emotions, proud for facing Bella, but unsure about what lay ahead. She went to her room, then joined her mother in the kitchen. Her mother smiled. "How was school, dear?" Victoria sighed. "Mom, graduation's soon. I've been thinking I want to look nice, elegant, with makeup. For once, I don't want to hide my face. I'm tired of it. I want to feel normal." Her mother's smile softened. "I get how you feel, but we've discussed this, haven't we?" Victoria nodded. "Yes, but I can't keep avoiding it. I want a regular life." Her mother took her hand. "Remember what the prophet said years ago?" Victoria's stomach tightened. She'd tried to forget those words. "Yes, Mom. He said the curse breaks when someone truly loves me for me, not anything else. But that means waiting for love I can't force." Her heart sank. What if no one ever does? What if I'm alone forever? Tears welled up, but she held them back. Her mother hugged her. "Don't be sad, dear. It'll happen when it's time. Focus on your studies, your future. Love can wait." Victoria felt some comfort, but doubts lingered. She'd buried herself in school, avoiding relationships, yet she longed to be seen beyond her curse. "I don't want to hide forever," she said. "There's this guy, Dennis. He's just a friend. We talk, and he's nice. But I can't let anyone too close with this curse." Her mother smiled. "I'm glad you have Dennis as a friend. That's enough for now. Don't rush into more." Victoria nodded, still torn. "But Bella keeps targeting me, saying Dennis is hers. I don't even care about that, but she won't stop." Her mother chuckled. "Bella doesn't understand you. She craves attention from the wrong places. Don't let her pull you down." "You're worth more." Victoria managed a small smile. "I know, Mom. I just wish it were simpler. I wish people could see me." Her mother gazed at her warmly. "You're perfect as you are. When the right person comes, they'll love the real you." At school, tension with Bella peaked. Bella was set on having the final say, especially after Dennis ignored her, and Victoria gained respect. Bella couldn't stand it. She saw Victoria reading quietly near the cafeteria and marched over with her usual crew. "Madame, face cover," Bella shouted, drawing eyes. "Graduation's in 2 weeks. Still hiding your ugly face under that rag, or will you show us? Scared we'll all faint from the sight?" Victoria looked up calmly, closed her book, and stood. She met Bella's stare. Students gathered, sensing a showdown. Victoria smiled faintly. "Thank goodness graduation's here. You're finally leaving, Bella. I thought you'd stay forever." Laughter rippled through the crowd. Bella's face reddened, but Victoria kept going. "Let me guess. You've charmed most of the teachers to scrape by. It's the only way someone like you could graduate after all this time." The laughter grew louder. Bella's jaw dropped, but Victoria held up a finger. "And don't pretend you're some big shot. Everyone knows your parents scrape by in a village while you fake it here." Bella's friends shifted awkwardly, some whispering. Victoria stepped closer, her voice steady. "Oh, and your fancy lifestyle. We all know it's funded by older men. You're a fraud, bullying to cover your own flaws. Sad." The crowd lost it, laughing uncontrollably. Some murmured about Bella's scandals, others filmed it. Bella's eyes flashed with fury and shame. "You don't know anything!" she yelled. "You think you're better because of that cover? You're nothing." Victoria shrugged. "If I'm nothing, what are you? A bitter girl who can't stand others doing well. Good luck with your schemes. Maybe one will buy you some sense." Bella couldn't handle it. She spun and stormed off, her face aflame. Her friends hesitated, some slipping away. The students cheered Victoria. "Finally, someone shut her down," one said. "That was epic," another added. Victoria picked up her book, nodded, and walked off, head high. Bella had tried hard to catch Dennis's eye, wearing tight outfits, strutting past him, even faking need for help with work. But Dennis didn't bite. One day she cornered him near the cafeteria. "Dennis," she said, smiling sweetly, tossing her hair. "Why waste time with that covered girl? We could be the best pair here, don't you see?" Dennis sighed, annoyed. "Bella, stop making a fool of yourself. I don't like you, never will. You chase guys, stir trouble, and act superior. It's pitiful." The words hit hard. Bella froze, stunned. Nearby students whispered. She had no retort and stormed off, humiliated. That evening, Dennis found Victoria under a tree, her favorite spot. "Victoria," he said softly, sitting beside her. She looked puzzled. "What's up?" "Nothing's wrong," he replied. "I just need to say something I've thought about for a while." She tilted her head. "What?" "I love you," Dennis said, his voice firm yet warm. "I don't care about your cover or the rumors. You're kind, smart, unique. I don't need to see your face to know you're special." Victoria's heart raced. "You say that now, but what if I'm plain underneath? What if you can't handle it?" "I don't care," Dennis said. "You're enough." He invited her to his place that weekend. She hesitated, but agreed. They talked for hours at his apartment, laughing and sharing stories, growing closer. As night fell, Dennis leaned in and kissed her softly. For the first time, Victoria felt truly valued. But then, he accidentally nudged her cover, and it slipped off. She gasped, pulling away, hands over her face. Not again, she cried, tears falling. You'll die, Dennis. But he didn't move. He just looked at her, eyes kind. Victoria, I'm fine. Nothing's happening. She lowered her hands, tears streaming. But everyone who sees my face? Not me, he said, smiling. I told you I love you. Maybe that's why the curse doesn't touch me. She couldn't believe it. She hugged him tight, crying with joy. That night, she told her mother everything. Mom, she said, voice shaky. Dennis saw my face. And he's alive, he loves me, I think the curse is gone. Her mother's eyes teared up as she hugged her. My darling, I've waited for this. You've found true love and you're free. Our prayers are answered. The next day, Victoria walked into school with new confidence. For the first time, she left her face bare. As she entered, heads turned. Is that Victoria? Someone whispered. She's gorgeous, another said, stunned. Bella, stepping out of the cafeteria, froze, jaw dropping. This is what you hid? She said, incredulous. Victoria smiled calmly. Yes, it's me. Surprised? Maybe don't judge what you don't. No next time. The students clapped and cheered. For the first time, Victoria felt free. Free from the curse, free from judgment, free to be herself. Dear viewers, what did you learn from this story? Share your thoughts below. If you liked it, give a thumbs up, share with friends, and subscribe. Turn on notifications for our latest updates. Thanks for watching, and take care.